If there's one thing I've learned over my 30 plus years of video gaming is that some games never truly fade away. Whether it's through solid gameplay mechanics, a dedicated fanbase keeping them alive, or their lasting influence on modern titles, there's loads of older titles that remain relevant. Today we'll take a look at 15 of these older games that still matter in the present and why you should consider playing them. Oni was ahead of its time, blending third-person shooting with hand-to-hand combat. Its dynamic movement system featuring dodging, rolling and grappling laid the groundwork for much later action games. While it lacked a sequel, its combat design still holds up and fans have modded and enhanced the game to such an extent that 7 years after its initial release, this community-enhanced version got an official release as the Anniversary Edition. Neverwinter Nights from 2002 is not simply a great CRPG, it's a platform for RPGs. The sheer volume of community-created content has kept this title alive and thriving over the past 2.5 decades, making it virtually endlessly replayable. At the time of release, it was the closest thing we had to a true digital D&D experience, and even now, it's a great option for those interested in a streamlined version of D&D's 3rd edition. The original Dawn of War brought the world of Warhammer 40,000 into the realm of real-time strategy games and surely acted as the introductory title to the universe for many. Featuring an interesting and engrossing story campaign, the scope and action of the game's battles were something to behold indeed. Even today, its dynamic battles remain some of the most engaging in the genre. Wizards and Warriors is a deep and complex RPG that deserves more recognition. With an intricate class system and a vast 3D world to explore, it's a spiritual successor to Wizardry that still has a lot to offer old-school RPG fans who most likely missed it. Worms Armageddon is proof that simple and, more importantly, well-executed mechanics never get old. It's still one of the best party games ever made, despite many more Worms titles coming after it. Its online community is as active as ever, and the game is still as fun and funny as you remember it being, which I can't say about all games of my youth.
Wait for it! I'll get you!
Patrician's 3's deep economic simulation rivals modern grand strategy games. Sure, it's not to that degree of complexity, but what it does offer is so well honed after 2 previous titles that there is no way you'll not enjoy your time in the Hanseatic League, especially if you enjoy titles like the Anno series or Crusader Kings. This is one sea trading cult classic worth checking out. World in Conflict is a real-time strategy game that manages to keep you nailed to your seat like an FPS would. It does this not only through very well-implemented large-scale tactical combat in urban settings, but also through its interesting and intriguing story. The gameplay mechanics focus on teamwork and destructible environments, and the game is still an amazing yet underrated experience.
We copy. Firing for effect. Over. Enemy units in the target area are destroyed.
Before Total War Warhammer, there was Warhammer Dark Omen. This game delivered real-time tactical battle set in the Warhammer fantasy universe, featuring 3D terrains, which meant line of sight was a real thing for ranged units. It's definitely a lesser talked about hidden gem of the RTS genre that strategy fans should revisit.
Attack! Charge! Regroup! Hold fire!
If you're digging this video and want to dive deeper into the world of retro PC gaming, hit that subscribe button to get notified whenever I post a new video. Let's keep the flame of retro PC gaming alive together. The original Prince of Persia from 1989 is the grandfather of fluid animation and precision platforming. Its influence can be seen in everything from ICO to indie platformers today. At the same time, it is also a masterclass in environmental storytelling, non-frustrating trial and error challenge, and one title that has been ported to pretty much every platform possible of the time and since, so you can likely enjoy it on most any device you may have. Age of Empires 2 never really went away per se, but was forgotten about by mainstream audiences for the past couple of decades really. However, the definitive edition released in 2019 is a great re-implementation of the game, so you don't have to fire up that old XP machine. Likewise, if you've never played it and you like RTS games, this is definitely one of the great pillars of the genre that is still very much playable.
Construir.
Buscar.
ReVolt's fast-paced RC car racing is simple and just as fun now as it was back then. Mods and online play have kept the game alive, so much so that for a time the GOG version came with a community-made patch. That isn't the case anymore, but the patch is still out there, proving that a great racing game doesn't need ultra-realistic graphics to stay relevant, or be entertaining, or, you know, fun. Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe is a bit of a cheat because this isn't the original game, but this list is about what makes older games relevant in the present, and this open source re-implementation is definitely that. OpenTTD is a fan-maintained and improved version of the original Transport Tycoon Deluxe. It is a community-driven evolution of the base game, and that's always something worth spotlighting. Tyrian 2000 is a PC-based bullet hell shooter that still delivers satisfying action thanks to its power-ups and customization. And seeing as how it is available for free on GOG, there's really no reason not to try it or, you know, revisit it.
Level completed.
Sacrifice was years ahead of its time, blending third-person action with deep strategy. No other game played quite like it. I don't think anything has quite played like it since. Its bizarre world and mechanics are worth revisiting or experiencing for the first time. Before Dishonored, before Splinter Cell, there was Thief. This game pioneered stealth mechanic concepts that are still used today. The open-ended level design and noise-based AI are surprisingly impressive even now, many a modern immersive sim not managing to attain that same alchemical mix of awesomeness even decades later.
What was that?
Which of these classics have you played and which ones you'd like me to see spotlight in a future video? Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you liked it and help me keep retro PC gaming alive. I've been Steven Nassens and thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.